Hi guys, I am Brittany Hagopian. For those of you who don't know me, I'd like to welcome you to my very first online trunk show as the hostess and the stylist. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Stella and Dot. I'm going to first start out by telling you a little bit about myself, how I got started with Stella and Dot, how I became a stylist, and why I chose to become a stylist. And then I am going to just let you know a little bit about the company and some of the promotions that we have going on right now. We have some really great deals, and then we'll jump right into the product. So again, I'm Brittany Hagopian. I am 26 years old. I am from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. I recently relocated to Seattle, Washington. I became a stylist recently, thanks to my good friend Jenna Robinson, who happens to be my mentor. She is actually how I got introduced to Stella and Dot. So about a year and a half ago, I hosted my very first trunk show. My friend Jenna and I worked together at a laboratory back home, and she had started her business and brought in some magazines, and I just looked in there and I absolutely loved everything. So I was like, oh my gosh, it was so overwhelming. So she's like, oh, well, if your wish list is really huge, you should consider hosting a trunk show. So at the time, I didn't really know what a trunk show was, and so she explained it a little bit to me, and I decided to go for it. It was very easy. I really had to not do much of anything. She really took control of the entire situation. It was very enjoyable for me. I just really got to focus on having fun and enjoying myself and enjoying the product, so that was very exciting. So I had about 10 people come to my home, and Jenna came and brought all of her product, and we had drinks and we had appetizers. We were just chit-chatting and laughing. I had some friends, I had family, I had people from work. So it was a really nice mixed group, and we just had a really great time. And by the end of the show, I had sold so much that I had earned about $500 in product credit, which was really amazing because I was able to not only get everything on my wish list, but then some. And then I also earned a couple deals where I was able to get some larger items of mine at 50% off. So it was very motivating, and I was very excited. And then I was even more excited when all my stuff came in. It was like Christmas morning. And so, yeah, and I fell in love with the jewelry. So then I was considering becoming a stylist myself because, again, when new stuff would come out, I was like, oh my gosh, I want that. Oh my gosh, I want this. And so I was like, you know what, I should really consider this. But then I wasn't sure quite how that was going to fit into my life. I didn't know how much time and attention this was going to need. So I just kind of put it on the back burner. And then I ended up relocating unexpectedly to Seattle. And so Jenna had mailed me a Stella and Dot catalog. So again, I opened it up and I wasn't surprised that I wanted some more things. So we started talking about entertaining the idea of becoming a stylist. In April, they had a really great promotion going, and I was able to get a lot of product credit right off the start, and so I went ahead and signed up. And so some of the reasons that I chose to sign up were because not only is it because I love the product, but because I'm really looking to hopefully use this as a tool to make friends here in Seattle and also stay connected to everybody that I have back home in Massachusetts. So and so far it seems to be working. I've actually had some people interested at work. I had a girl at Pike's Place come up to me and compliment my earrings, so I was able to get a sale from her, so that was really exciting. And so I'm hoping to, hopefully, fingers crossed, host some trunk shows out here if anybody's interested. So yeah, so now I am a stylist. I am very excited because I really love how I'm able to really just choose how much or how little I'm going to be putting into it, because I work full time, I have my dogs, I'm trying to just balance all of this craziness, I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and so I can really give it as much or as little as I choose. And so the flexibility is what really keeps me coming back and makes me feel really good about it. There's no pressure. And so now we are here today for my first trunk show, and so I'm very, very excited. So I'll tell you a little bit about Stella and Dot. Stella and Dot is one of the 500 fastest growing companies. It's a jewelry company based out of San Francisco, and it was started by two women named Jessica and Blythe, and they named the company after their grandmothers, so Stella and Dot. And I really like the mission of the company. It's really just to empower women and to give them the flexibility of having their own little business, but without incurring the financial risk. And there's a huge social element to it, coming together with other women and really just sharing your successes and enjoying this really great product. So I'm really excited to be part of that. I love the team that I'm on. And so right now we have some really great deals. We have dot dollars going on. And so that will be running through until I believe it's June 19th. And I will double check on that. But it's where for every $50 that you spend, you earn 25 dot dollars. And so those will be redeemable starting at the end of the month. So it's a really great promotion. I highly recommend that you guys take advantage of that. And so with that being said, we will jump right into the product. So as you guys can see, I'm wearing this really great statement piece. This is called the Sutton necklace. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's glaring a little bit, so I apologize for that. But it is really great. I love all of the layering. And so what's really great about this piece is that it's really versatile. So this can be worn 5 different ways. So first, as you can see, with all of the pieces connected, and so what you can do is there's this big piece here. It's a bit thicker and it has the rhinestones on it, these little triangle pieces. This piece can actually detach, so you can actually remove this so you can wear it this short way that has all of these little chains here with this statement piece, or you can remove it and it will look a little bit more like this. And then what we can go ahead and do is, and I'll show you guys what that looks like and how that works. But so now when you go to take the necklace off, this is what it looks like a little bit more close up, so you guys can kind of see there's a lot of different chains with different textures and different patterns, so it's really exciting. And then there's this little extender piece. So that's actually the piece that connects it in the shorter manner, so that you just bring it together and it goes on like that. But then what you want to do if you want to transform it is you go ahead and you take that little extender piece off, and then you go in here and you pick one of the chains. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab whichever one, truly. I'm going to grab this little linked chain here. And so you grab it like this, and now it's instantly transformed into a longer piece, except it's getting caught. There we go. So now it's a longer piece, and you may have to finagle it a little bit, but there you go. So now it's longer. It still has all that fun, but then again, this larger piece can actually come off. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it just so you can kind of get an idea of what that's going to be like. Just bear with me for 1 second. So I'm just going to grab that piece off. Grab this piece off over here. So again, so now we don't have all that bling going on. We just have these nice little chains here, but there's still enough where it's still a nice statement. You have this really great piece here at the bottom, and you have all these other smaller, little more delicate chains here in the middle. So again, this one can be worn in the short fashion without that large rhinestone piece. So my favorite way to actually wear this one is in that fashion. So I'm just going to connect it really quick so that you can just see how that looks. And so what I wanted to mention about this piece also, though, is that there are actually 2 different Sutton necklaces. So there is one that is an original, and then I think this is the newer style. So the original has a piece kind of similar to that rhinestone piece with the triangles, except there are more of them and they're smaller. So this is how I like to wear it. I just kind of like keeping it a little more simple, but this piece is fun too. If I'm going out, I would probably add this on just to have a little something extra. But so this is the newer one. It has 5 larger triangles. And so if you look in the book or online, there are ones that are similar to this, but they're a lot smaller and there are many, many more of them. And this piece is the one that attaches here. And so this necklace comes in gold and silver and in mixed metals. I really like the mixed metal one. It just gives you a little more flexibility with wearing, you know, you can wear gold earrings, you can wear silver earrings, you can mix and match your bracelets. It's just really, really great. So again, super awesome statement piece. Get compliments on it constantly. I can wear it to work. I can wear it going out, dressed up, dress it down, do a whole lot or do a whole little. So this is a really great piece to have. I would highly recommend this one. So that's the Sutton. So then if you're going for something a little more delicate or you don't really want to be as bold, something that's really fun that we have here is the signature engravable necklace. So it's a bar, the one that I have particularly. So if you can see, I'll see if my camera can catch this. There we go. So it's engraved. I chose to engrave the date that I got engaged. I did Roman numerals, so there's tons of different fonts. You can pretty much engrave anything you want on these. There are space restrictions, but we also have larger bars, smaller bars. We have rings, we have little pendants. We have all sorts of different things. So you can really do a whole lot with these. So they're really great. I recommend them for, you know, if somebody has a graduation, a birthday, an anniversary, just a little good luck type thing, or if there's some little saying that you just absolutely love. These are really fun because they're personable. So these make great gifts. So this is a delicate, and so there are 3 different settings that you can wear. I tend to wear it on the shorter one because I like to layer my stuff. So here it is on. You can see it's very small, it's very dainty, it's very delicate. And then what I like to do, ever since I became a stylist with Stella and Dot, I've really come to love this idea of layering. So I have this small short one here. And now I'm going to go ahead and add this necklace. So this is the triangle lariat necklace. It's very small, very dainty. And so if you look, there's this little triangle here, and there's this little bar. And what you do is you slip the bar through the triangle, like so, and you just go ahead and pull on that, and that's it. And so now you just have something a little extra, adds just, you know, just a little bit. And then this just sits nicely. You can do it as high as or as low as you'd like. You could wear this independently of this, and you could even make it a little bit tighter like a choker or keep it long, whatever you feel. And then it just has this nice little matching bar. I really like how this goes together. And again, it's just for a smaller look. But super great. I love it because of how personal it is. And so that's that. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this quickly. So the next set of necklaces that I really like are the Luna pendant and the double horn pendant. So this is the Luna. I'm gonna try to get it close for you guys. Sorry, I'm kind of struggling with it. So here we go. So this is the Luna. What I love most about this is that it's two-tone. So it has the silver and the gold. And for me, that's exciting because I don't really have too many pieces that are like that until I had Stella and Dot. Usually it's just kind of like, oh, I'm wearing silver, oh, I'm wearing gold. But with this, I can wear both. And so I really like that. So this can be worn by itself, which is just enough. I really like it. It's bold and it's fun. It's different. The chain is delicate and this piece is really large, so I just really like it. And then I do like to wear it because, again, I'm into the layering. I like to wear it with the double horn pendant. So this one sits a little bit lower. And I just really like how they complement one another. So this is gold, but again, because I can mix and match because this has the gold in it. And I just like how, you know, they complement one another. I'm really just like into astrological stuff, so I really like the lunar aspect of it. I like the moon stuff, and I just think it's a really fun piece. So this is something that I would wear pretty much wherever, work, going out, and it's just one of my favorites. So this is a great one. And then the next set of necklaces that I have for you are stone pendants. So they're a mix of stone and metal. And I really like these because, again, I am a little bit earthy, crunchy, and I really just feel grounded with these stones. And I feel like they can give off energy and absorb different energies. And so that's just something that really drew me to them personally. So I just have a lot of fun with these ones. This one here is the arc pendant. So for obvious reasons, it's a little arc. It is a white stone and it has a little bit of gray marbling. I know that there's a glare, so I'm sorry if you can't quite see that well. It has these little rhinestones, and I chose to get this one in gold. I do believe it comes in silver. The stone might be black though. So you do have some options. Again, this has 3 different settings, as do most of the necklaces. So you can wear it shorter or longer. And I like to wear these short. So I'm just gonna pop this on really quick. And that's what this little guy looks like. Just something fun, totally just a little bit of funk, but I like how it has the stone. It has the bling here, and then we've got our little chain, we've got some metal, so there's just a lot going on in a very small piece. So I like that one. And then we have two other pieces that are a bit more versatile, which are great. So I'm going to show you first the Aria necklace. And so this is the Aria. And now this necklace can be worn one of three ways. So the first way, which is as you see it here, which is, oh, I'm struggling a little bit, as you see it, which is all three of the necklaces together. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop that on. So this necklace is great because this can be worn completely by itself, the smaller of the three. It disconnects from these two, so these two can be worn together, and then again, all together. I just really like this one a lot. This one is exciting because you can really see the attention to detail that goes into all of the designs for Stella and Dot, because they design and then hand make all of this jewelry. So if you look at all of the different chains that are on this necklace, it's a little bit difficult to see because you guys are online, but all of these little designs here differ from the design that's at the bottom, and all of those differ from what's on this chain, and then, you know, you just have the fun of these little stones. So I just really like how well made it is. Once you get to see this stuff in person, it will really speak for itself. Typically when you have chains and stuff, you know, they have the little connector loops, and there's like a little slit where you can tell that it was opened and pressed together. These are all completely whole, put together solid. So, you know, if you get a little tug, or, you know, you get snatched when you're going over your head, you don't really have to worry too much about anything breaking, and that's the really great part about it. It's just really quality jewelry. So this one, another favorite, get compliments constantly. And then the last one that I have for you for the necklaces, this one is the Spear Stone Pendant. So this one, before I put it on, I'll bring it up to the camera. So you can see it's in the shape of a spear. I believe it's an amethyst. It's very geometric. You can see how it's cut. It's very sharp looking. This one I chose to get in gold so that I had a good balance between all my gold and silver pieces. This one can be adjusted. There are 3 different settings, and again, because there are the 2 necklaces here, you can wear them independently of one another or together. I always just tend to keep these together because I really just like the layering. So these ones already come together, I just keep them together. But if you wanted to do something smaller, you could easily just wear this one by itself, or you could wear this one by itself, and that's them together. Purple is my favorite color, which is why I ended up choosing this one. There are a couple more stones in the catalog that I'd really like to get, just because I think they're really great. And so that's it for the necklaces. So now the next thing that I want to talk about are the bracelets. And so the bracelets are fun because Stella and Dot is really big into this idea of the arm party. So it's the idea where you have all of these different textures. You know, you have leather, you have beads, you have metal, and you have it all together. You can mix, you can match, you can layer, and it's just really fun. It's very appealing to the eye. So I'm going to show you just a couple of my favorite pieces that I happen to have. So the first of which is a bestseller, is the Celine wrap. So this is what the Celine wrap looks like. It's a coil. Bring it up to the camera here. So you can see it is silver, and there are all different types of beads. Some are dull, some are shiny, and then some are silver and some are black, almost like this metallic-y shine to them. And so it's exactly what you think. It's a wrap. So it fits just about anyone. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it on really quick. So this is what it looks like once it's on. It's really fun. It's great because it looks like you could wear this to a wedding. It's very fancy, but at the same time, I just wear this with like a nice blouse and jeans at work, or even not, like a t-shirt and jeans. And it's just great. And everybody at my last trunk show just about ordered this bracelet, and they just loved it, and it looked great on everyone. It comes in gold. This is the silver, obviously, and so it's just a great piece to just have. And then we have the Illuminate cuff, which I really, really love. So this one's a little bit special. So they were doing this promotion with this nonprofit organization, which was called Every Mother Counts. So this was for benefiting maternal health programs worldwide so that people could have safe access for maternal health care with their pregnancy and delivery, their childbirth. And so inside it is engraved for all of the special women in your life in different languages. And so there are a couple in here. They have meme, they have mother, sister, daughter, and then they have the others that are listed in the other languages. So I really liked this. It was just supporting a great cause, so I couldn't help but get this. I actually bought this at my first trunk show. And so this one comes in gold. It has some cloth on it, a little bit of like braiding. And so the only concern I had with this when I bought it was how to adjust it, which is very simple. You just pull or push. This is my size, so I won't be adjusting it. I don't want to compromise anything. And then what I was worried about was because it's cloth, like when you go to wear it, so it looks great on, I'm very happy with it, but in the winter especially, I'm wearing a big heavy coat, it has some Velcro aspects to it, and I was worried about the cloth part of it getting snagged on that. But this held up great. There's absolutely no wear and tear. I was pretty rough with it, so I feel really good about it. And so I would highly recommend this piece. It's beautiful, and it's for a great cause. So I feel like that makes it even more special. And even though Mother's Day is over, we can still get this for Mom because she is special all the time, not just on Mother's Day. And then we will move on to the Carter bracelet. So the Carter bracelet is a silver bracelet, but it's more of like a leather strap bracelet. It has these 3 little snaps that you use to put it on. And so I do have a disclaimer about this bracelet, unfortunately. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to put it on now. But I was wearing it, and I didn't even realize there's one day at work, and I went out to eat lunch on the patio, and this little guy was sitting on the ground underneath where I always eat lunch. And I had no idea that it had even fallen off. And so I picked it up. I was very fortunate nobody else had stumbled upon it, or it had gotten lost somewhere else. And so I wore it again, and then it fell off while I was leaving work. And so I don't know if it's something that maybe I'm doing, but I do want to mention that I'm not entirely sure that this snap is super secure. It could be either just my bracelet or again just me, but I want to be super transparent. It's a beautiful bracelet. You can see all of the attention to detail with all of the beadwork and just all that little metal in there. It just makes it really fun. But I do just want to mention that just in case. It's a great piece, but I just don't want anybody, to get something that they don't absolutely love or that it doesn't function appropriately. So that's that on that guy. And then our last bracelet that we have is this little elephant bracelet, which I love because I love elephants. So this one represents strength, and I just loved everything about it. And then I typically wear this little guy with this bracelet, which unfortunately is no longer available. So I'm not going to show it off too much, but it's just a nice little piece. So this would be like the idea of the arm party. You'd have that little guy on there. And since this one requires a little buckle, it might take me a second to get it on. But this is kind of what those would look like together. You start to layer, you get those guys in there. I like these ones because they add a little pop of color. And they're just small, just something fun. So that's that on the bracelets. And now we're going to move to one of my absolute favorites, which are the earrings. I have to say, Stella & Dot has had some of the most unique earpieces that I have seen. I just might have a slight obsession with the ear climbers, and you'll see in a second. But so the first pair of earrings that I absolutely love are these triangle pave ear jackets. So I had never heard of an ear jacket before, and so what I love is that these little studs go in here, but then you have this jacket that goes behind the earlobe. And so these are really neat because they can be worn 6 different ways, which at first I was like, how does that even happen? But so it comes with 2 different sets of studs. So there are these rhinestone bar studs, and then there are these little triangle studs. So you can change these out and wear them either way. And so you can do the bars with the diamond triangle jackets, or you can do the triangles with the diamond jackets. And then what you can do is you can actually reverse the jackets so that there are no rhinestones and they're just plain silver. And then again, interchangeably wear those studs. And then each of these studs can be worn individually. So that's kind of the scoop on those. Absolutely love them. These happen to be the earrings that the recording artist at Pike's Place, she's from LA, just came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, those are so cool. I've never seen those before. How do I get a pair? And I was able to get in there and get a sale, and it was super cool. And now I'm following her, and she's just a really talented young woman. So it was very exciting. It's just cool how Stella and Dot's just, connecting me with people from all over the place. So now we're going to look at the ear climbers. So I have 3 different sets that I'm going to show you guys because I feel like they're all super cool. I'm just going to pop these little guys off. And again, all of these are super easy to get in and out. I never have a problem with them. They don't fall off. They stay snug on your ear all day. They're not uncomfortable. I do have to say I have super sensitive ears, and just in general I have a lot of sensitivities, and so none of their jewelry bothers me. I've never been left with any like that gray or green type of mark from typical costume jewelry that isn't real. So I really enjoy that about it. And so now we have our ear climbers. Yay. So these are the Haven ear climbers. And so what I liked about these is that there's not really a lot going on with them. They're not, there's no rhinestones or anything crazy, but I just like the design. I like them because they're a little feathery, and I just thought they looked almost like little palm leaves or something. And I'm going to Hawaii, so I thought they'd be great. So the one thing with these though is that I have slightly narrow ears right here. So they fit my ear, but you'll see what I mean. I just get worried about them popping off. So if you have ears on the smaller side, maybe steer clear of these guys, just because they are a bit bigger. So you can see how they kind of fit on my ear. So again, they fit fine. I still wear them, but I'm worried about them slipping off kind of like that and having to readjust them all day. But I really like them, and they're really fun, and I will enjoy them on my vacation. So I'm excited about those. And then we have the Pave Triangle ear climbers. So these are similar to the ear jackets. They're the little triangles with the rhinestones, except they're a climber. And so these are the first climbers I ever got. I have them in gold and silver. These are just my absolute favorite of the ear climbers, I think, because they're just my original ones, and I wore them all the time, and I got so many compliments on them because they're so unique, and people just haven't seen anything like these, so they're just a lot of fun. So these are great. They fit my ear perfect. These are great even for kids that are 8 years old. They fit everybody's ear. They just look beautiful. They sparkle a bunch, and they just catch the eye. So these are going to be great. You're sure to get compliments with them. I know I have. And so again, I have those in the gold version. That's kind of what they look like there. And then the last set of climbers that I have are these cascading ear climbers. Now what I loved about these was I liked that they were a climber, but they had this little bit of extra flair. For some people it might be too much, but I really, really love them. So I'm going to pop them in really quick so you can just get an idea of what one of these look like. And I'll pop those little suckers in. So yeah, so that's these. Oh, I might have got a little kink in my chain. There we go. So yeah, so these are just fun, and they got a little bit of something something when you get to move around in them. So these are a lot of fun. I like these a lot. So with that being said, that is what I have for jewelry. So now we can move on to some of the bags. So I am going to show you the life-changing bag. This guy right here. So it's very large. I'm actually going to scoot back a little bit so you guys can see. This is called the Getaway, and I love this bag. So I ended up using this when I came across country. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to fit 7 days worth of clothes and shoes and accessories, my makeup, just my pajamas, like everything that I'm going to need for the next 7 days living out of a truck without bringing a suitcase. You know, I'm in a U-Haul. It's not super flexible. And then 2 days before I had to come out here, my stepmom actually had got me this for my birthday. So it was perfect timing. And what I love about this is, beyond the fact that it's a beautiful bag, it's a good size, it's big, but it's not too big. It has this extender piece. So basically what happens is on the back, you can see there's a small zipper. You're going to go ahead and pull that. So now you instantly have 2 to 3 more inches of space in this bag. So you can keep it small if you don't need it this large, but then if you do need a little bit more room, you do have that flexibility. This is great because I also use this to travel back home for a wedding, and I could take it on as a carry-on, so I didn't have to check in any luggage, so that was a plus. Again, fits more than enough in here, and I would recommend it. There are a bunch of different patterns, so I recommend you go online and see what you like. I like this one. It's really fun. It's very tropical and very summery. We have some other more, I would say, I don't know what I would quite call them, but they're more simple. We have some navy blue lines. We have a couple ones with some arrows on it. So these are really great. Highly recommended. If you know anybody in college or who travels a lot and is going to need a good bag, I would highly recommend this. And then for my everyday pieces, we have my favorites. So this is my Hudson tote. So this is a good size bag. It's not too big, but it's not too small. I use this as my everyday piece. I like it because it fits everything that I need in it. I'll bring this down a little bit. So it fits everything that I need in it. And then it also has the option of this little clutch. So I believe this is called the City Slim clutch. And they're sold separately. So this is the Hudson tote. This is the City Slim clutch. But of course, when I found out that this bag had this option, I needed to have this. So, so you can have the bag just like this. It looks great without it. It's fine. The bag inside has this cute little pattern, plenty of pockets and stuff for, you know, your cell phone, your sunglasses. And then the City Slim clutch, you know, you just take it and it slides right in, and then this part's magnetic and it clips down. So it's all in one. But then if you want to just use this for the day rather than, you know, carry around that kind of bigger bag, you just go ahead and take this, and we sell these chains. I actually haven't gotten one yet, and I really need it. But you just clip the chains on here, and you can just take this, put your essentials right in here. It's big enough to fit all the things you could probably or would need. I have all my little cards and stuff in here, but I've fit, you know, my EpiPens and everything else that I need in there. So this is a great everyday bag. I can fit my my laptop in here for work, and so I can pack pretty much as much or as little as I need. But for the days where I'm like, I don't need to pack my whole life, because I will, and I'm sifting through my bag, I went ahead and opted for something a bit smaller. So the 2 previous bags that you saw, those are vegan friendly. They're made from vegan leather, and they're just from our regular line. And then the smaller bag that I ended up opting for is from our Covet line. So our Covet line is real leather. So I just wanted to put that out there for those who are sensitive to that. And so this is smaller. It's called the Covet Sloan bag. And so it just opens up here. And so even though it's tiny, you can see I still have a good amount of stuff in there. I have my earphones, I have my EpiPens, I have my car keys, I can fit my cell phone, all of the cards that I need to take with me for the day, wherever I'm going. And then you can just easily pop it over your shoulder, and it's just a great little piece to have. It's very cute. The leather and the quality of it, the stitching, everything's great about it. I have had no complaints about it yet. But yeah, this is just one of my favorite pieces. It's just when I just need to take what I need to take, and I can open it and know exactly where everything is. So that's what I love most about it. And then the last piece that I have to show you guys today is my infinity scarf. So this is my infinity scarf. I'll hold it up so you can just see what the pattern looks like. This is the pattern. on the outside, and then this is the pattern on the inside. And so you can see it has these little fringes. And so I bought this back towards the fall. So this particular scarf is a little bit thicker, and so I know it's kind of warm right now, but we do have other scarves and that are thinner, and they can be worn as wraps or sarongs, so there's a lot of versatility with that. So you go ahead and you just throw on your infinity scarf. And so this keeps me super warm. It's just really fun. I really like the colors. Again, they're really fall. There's all those plums and navies in there. Just a great little scarf to have. But we have tunics and sunglasses, so if you were interested in that right now, especially with the warm weather, I'd highly recommend it. There's a new cute little blue one you'll see online. I would recommend that one. They're both embroidered, great quality. One of the women at work has it. It's beautiful. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But if you have any questions about anything, you can feel free to reach out. And then just a couple other things I wanted to mention before I wrap it up here is that shipping is $5.99 flat rate. So whether you get one thing or you get 10 things, you will just pay the same price. Everything comes within 3 to 5 business days. I have never had it come later than 3. So every time I've placed an order, I have received the notification that it was processed the same day, and then I get the jewelry within, or whatever I've bought, within 3 days. And the great part is they come in these really cute little packages. It feels like Christmas when you open them. Every single one is special because you don't know what's in them yet. And so they just come in all these great little fun, patterns and all of these different sizes, whether you're getting a little pair of earrings or you're getting a statement necklace. It's just very exciting. Get that box and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to open that up. So that's that on the shipping. So if you are interested in ordering anything today, my link is posted to this Facebook page. You just click on that link for the trunk show, and it should have my name up at the top. It should say shop now. You just click that and you'll see my name at the top, Britni's Online Trunk Show. You just place the order and everything will come right to you. If you are a little bit more interested and you don't just, like some of the things, but you really love it and you think that you would want to host a trunk show, just let me know, because then you can get those really great deals. You'll earn a lot of product credit from your show. If you're here on the West Coast, it'll be a lot easier for me because I'll be able to actually bring my stuff and you guys can see it in person. If it's East Coast, unfortunately, I would have to do it online. So if you guys are okay with that, I would be more than willing to do so. I would end up doing a live video at that point. So it could just be a little more interactive. Since this is my first one, I was a little nervous. So I will be tuning in and answering questions as you guys are watching today. And then if you're like, oh my God, I just absolutely love Stella and Dot, I just want to do everything that you're doing, we can definitely talk about becoming a stylist and stylist opportunities. I can answer any questions about what it's like to get started and, any of the concerns you may have or any of the challenges you think that you may face. It's a really great opportunity because you get to, earn all this awesome product and have a lot of fun while you're doing it and meet a lot of really great people. So I just really want to thank everybody for tuning in today and being so supportive of my new business. I'm very appreciative of everything, and I hope you guys have a great time shopping. Bye guys, miss everyone.